Alright, I'm just turning on and off the recording every single time I lose. God dang it, 3. And 4. There we go, finally. Three marks of martyrdom. And Key of Salt.
Lacking sufficient mastery, the miracle did fail in its efforts to incarnate, manifesting only in the form of disease, deformity, and pain. It spread more and more of its aberrations, like sores on diseased skin, in many places and on innocent bodies. Dove, who borrows thine color from the raven, escape your gilded prison.
A lot of wax. Alright, bird 3 done. Just gonna head back real quick and save. And now I can drop down here. Also, I should remove that access from the other side marker now. I don't trust anything. I do see that there's something down there, though. Lump of gold. Can't do anything here. Just put a question mark on that. Whoop. Ah, there was a right. Okay, I see. I think I'm going to need to have the rapiers for this. Ah, dang it. I don't have enough speed. Dang it. Dang it. I hit it on the way over. Try that again. Whoop. Ah. The Beatified. What does this one do? Ah, nice. Key plundered from the remains of Odin, the cathedral's protector. It opens a third of the cages in the chapel of the Five Doves. As if awakened from the most terrible dream, the warriors' eyes opened together. Dazed still, they tried to recall the moments before. Their ship capsized. They had hopelessly drowned in the icy depths of the ocean, merciless reaper of lives. But now there was a ceiling over their heads, a ceiling of a rapturous beauty, ornated with the most delicate engravings. They looked at each other, at the salt that crusted their bodies, and at the seaweed and coral that protruded from their armor. With parched throats, cracked lips, and wretched faces, they looked at Odin, their burly captain, as he slowly rose. The salt in his armor crunched as he moved, as he thrust his halberd into the clammy stone floor. He looked silently at them in turn, gaze hidden behind his impervious mask. He knew where they were. This had to be the cathedral the miracle had long hidden under the dark waters of the sea. Salt had granted them life, and he knew his new orders were clear, to guard this sacred place, and to do so until their deaths. Death they would not fear, for they had already conquered it once. Under the light of the candles did the cardinal's corpses lay, within sinister crystal caskets. They were the chosen by the endless orison, a congregation of sisters that devoted themselves to honor the deceased, with their perpetual prayer. Each time a new body arrived, one of them volunteered as their warden, and so dedicated her daily prayers to their soul until the end of her days. Then another sister would take her place, and so the rite would continue. One night, the coffin of a new cardinal arrived at the basilica, and the sisters surrounded it to prepare their ritual. At that moment, the sister Benedicta stepped forward, carrying a frayed scroll, and everyone immediately knew the parchment for what it was: the apocryphal prayer. Those ancient verses carried a terrible power. Whoever uttered its inked words would be imprisoned in eternal prayer, unable to stop until they died of starvation. Sister Benedicta kneeled and started her chant, and the others fled the room in fear, closing the door upon leaving. They knew Benedicta had sealed her fate, but not the reasons behind that act of sacrifice. Even though centuries have already passed, some sisters swear that the white specter of Benedicta can still be seen during the darkest nights, praying at the cardinal's sepulchre. Lump of gold. Okay. Castula. Durafire. The Beatified. Reduces damage taken while the fervor bar is empty. The old beatified woman leads a life of mystery and devotion. She talks to no one, her entire world reduced to the walls of her house and the distant statue in the forest. The townsfolk greet her, but she does not respond to them. Her gaze remains fixed on the ground, and her lips utter nothing but prayers. She dresses in strictly black, as if she were in mourning for something greater than life itself. Pilgrim, partisan, increases the window of time to perform a block. Alone I stand before them, and they are many, too many for myself to face. The eyes revealed below their helmets are possessed by a sacrilegious violence that guides them towards my Lord's sepulchre. I know not what they seek to find, of which treasure or mystery they would his corpse deprive. But here I stand before them, to protect him, to honor his memory and worth. And here I will stand until my last breath, until my shield shatters and breaks, and only the splinters remain. The dance, the sisters. Recovers health after an execution. I see you depart, the flowers in my mantle wither. Ochre shades engulf them. At the lightest breeze they crack. I will escort you no more, as my duty ends, but I know that, in another place, at another time, we will meet again. Alright, teleport. Good find. Okay, well, this requires the sparkles, I see. Provinia of the Golden Dawn. Fires a barrage of arrows that inflict electrical damage. Northern song in honor of a once beautiful land now destroyed by the torment of war. Well, electricity doesn't get the bonus damage from Verdicto, so whoop, dang it. Yeah, I'm just gonna teleport back up so I don't have to climb through all this again. Right here works. Wait. I never tried using magic. Can I? Yes. Very good. That's a lot easier. Excuse me. Excuse me. Compass of the Stranded. Significantly increases resistance to miasma damage. The guiding instrument of a lost parishioner. The miracle, in its eagerness to hide knowledge from prying eyes, diverted needles and courses. Few sailors dared to navigate the inky waters of the unholy library. I have a feeling it's probably going to be miasma damage in here, if I'm getting that. Therefore, I can drop the lightning resist. Ah. Yeah, I thought so. Ah, come on. Alright, I'll come back for that after I kill this guy. Pillager. Reduces dodging cooldown. We could see them, in the darkest corners of the ceilings, in the black found between the furniture. In every nook and cranny we could see them shimmer. Those weird and gilded strands, that seemingly twisted around anything in sight, twinkling in the dim light of our trembling lamps with the same gleam of the jewels we hunted, the riches that lured us to these abandoned dwellings to begin with. After a long time spent in exploring the vast alcoves, I found myself alone. Raising the lamp before me, I frantically searched for my partners, finally spying their silhouettes far behind me. Something was odd about the way they stayed, devoid of motion. I whispered their names and found no answer, thus retreated towards them. My lamp revealing the same shimmer of those strange threads that infested this place, only now entangled around their faces and bodies of my partners, restraining them in absolute silence, turned into gilded statues by the same treasure we sought to steal, terror entwined on their inert faces. Whoop, wrong one. Where's Paris? There you are. Switch that to this. Ah, dang it. Don't have enough. Okay, no 8s in that, I guess. There is an up there. Tears of Sap. A resin vesicle with which the most devout sculptors decorate the faces of their works with the profound marks of tragedy. Dawn was yet to break, and the air was cold and still when the sculptor left his workshop, wandering in despair. His soul yearned for the sweet breath of inspiration, his hands ready for a new work. He paced down the labyrinthine streets of his hometown, the city where he had dedicated his life to an art that had always been his call, the carving of holy effigies, the sculpting of saints and martyrs. That should be the last one. Alright, that brings me back up here. One mark of martyrdom. God dang it, birds. There you are.
Stop. This sacred place is about to crumble around our very ears. And I have barely strength enough to support the entrance to our chapel. My name is Regular, and this body, which towers over you, is nothing more than the punishment for an abhorrent sin I committed many eons ago. The miracle is just, and granted me the vigor to sustain this threshold. However, after interminable efforts, I feel my strength gradually waning. With each tremor, these merciless rocks sink deeper into my flesh. Should my arms yield to the weight, the shrine will be buried, and the saints never again venerated. For pity's sake, hear my cry. Between the tremors, I am sure I heard the collapse of some of the chapel walls. I am convinced that a passage into the sanctuary has opened up from somewhere within this labyrinth. I implore you, find it before it is too late. Penitent one, find the other entrance to the sanctuary before it is too late. Each new tremor saps my strength yet more.
So I can't just go? Oh, I can. Okay. Just looking around for 8s. Not seeing any. Just checking. Wait, no, it's this away. Alright, and then I go this way. That might be an 8, but I cannot check right now because I do not have enough MP. Ah, now I do. But that also involves fighting my way through that, so never mind. Okay, so there is an enemy up there. Another mark. Alright, up is the way that it wants me to go. Therefore, I will go down.
Penitent one, each new.
Okay, so I am close. Alright, just a baby. I feel like that was a mistake. Of course. Wouldn't be a side quest if it didn't end up with the NPC who gave it to you murdered. By your own hand.
The end, for which I have long yearned, has finally cometh. Bear the countenance of the shroud, to that place where it ought never to have ventured. The statue. The saint.
Acquired Regula's cloth. Cloth whose paint streaks depict the shape of a face. Blessed Regula wore it as a veil, as a symbol of veneration for the saint, to whom she dedicated her life and death. One night, the young Regula, and we will never know if she did this out of curiosity or boredom, crept into the workshop of the famous sculptress of her village. She wanted to be the first to behold her newest piece, the one so eagerly awaited for by everyone, the effigy of the saint. She froze just as she entered, struck with awe in the presence of such beautiful work, which paint had still to dry. Regula then felt a perverse urge, and taking a cloth, pressed down upon the face of the saint, stealing all color from the sculptured visage. She then covered her own face with the fabric, pretending that the saint's beauty was now hers. The young woman played with her painted cloth, mimicking the pious gestures of the saint, dreaming of the villagers' devotion. After which, it was time to leave, lest the sculptress discover her mischief. But upon removing the cloth, she discovered, horrified, that the reflection on one of the windows showed no features of her face. In its place remained a shapeless stump of ashen flesh, dry and cracked like charred wood. Regula's scream pierced the night, as she understood the punishment for her sin.
Penitent one, now that my face has been restored, I may at last speak to you. My devotees will return to this chapel by virtue of your actions, and the sacrifice of the Blessed One, who will never be forgotten. Oh, Regula, seek my forgiveness no more, for you have it. Now you're by my side, and can rest your weary shoulders in my arms. As for you, penitent one, accept this in memory of Regula. I am forever grateful. May my blessing be with thee.
Remembrance of Regula. Yeah, same words. Okay, I need to come from the other side to get up there. Forgotten tribute, nice. That'll turn into the chariot. Oh, this is just the standard path, huh? Alright. So, do need to go up. Ah, dang it. So there's an enemy all the way over there, apparently. Serana of the Kindled Hearth. Creates a torrent of flames that inflict sustained fire damage. Verse dedicated to the warm and gentle fire of the hearth, tamed by the righteous ones to purify their enemies. Northern song in honor of a once beautiful land, now destroyed by the torment of war. Don't remember if I read that one or not. Okay, there's a left and a right. This requires an ability I do not have, therefore I will put that as a do not go yet. Ugh, what is this? Ew, wax. Thought there might be one up there. Severed Tower. Alright, what do you do? You open that door. Okay. Okay, now I should be able to get up there. Great. And then travel. What was I doing with this? I have already forgotten. Oh, right. Yeah, I was going to the sculptor. I've got enough statue pieces that I probably want to actually invest in the size.
Time has passed since your last visit, penitent one.
Accurate.
You must know that I am a blind man, and yet the miracle has seen fit not to plunge me into utter darkness. More than ever, its divine light shines within me. A fiery glow that outlines with meek compunction the features of Our Lady at the very moment we witnessed the most wondrous act we were to behold in our humble lives. All who were there were blinded by a light, a fleeting flash that compelled us all to avert our gaze, thus casting us into deepest darkness. The remnants of that radiance engraved upon me the merciful visage, beautiful in both form and proportion, of Our Lady. Never could I forget it, for I was branded by that fire that burns perpetually within mine own eyes. Oh, these varnishes, like the morning dew, will give thee the purest and most immaculate of glows. Know that you have my gratitude, penitent one.
The Woman of the Stolen Face.
Allow me to present you with a new piece for your silver altarpiece.
Alright, and then increase capacity.
The altarpiece on your back now has more capacity. Here, I will wait for you until you gather more marks of martyrdom to extend your altarpiece. The altarpiece on your back now has more capacity. Here, I will wait for you.
Yeah, okay. How much is the next one? 4, okay. So, let's see. Increase Verdicto. Increase the stun power. Reduce damage taken while the fervor bar is empty. Choose dodging cooldown. Block. Air recovery. Damage during mid-air attacks. That useful. Why is there a flame? Increase duration of blood pack, recover health, improved effect of blood bile flask, or recover a portion of recently lost health. I think I'll go with increase health.
Now, allow me to put the finishing touches on it. Now,
Right, and then I was gonna go to the chariot, which should be wherever there it is, coin symbol is.
Figure of the sinuous mists, pay us with the false coin. Now pray, lie down on the cold stone, and let the black curtain envelop you in darkness.
The Severed Tower. See there, Zo? Alright, and then travel back to wherever that was. I think it was here? And 3 more marks, which will be enough for another fate piece. And he's gone. 5 marks of martyrdom. Well, how am I supposed to upgrade my altar back now?
Penitent one, may the miracle watcheth over you. My name is Venerada, daughter of Master Montañez. My father now rests his weary back and tired hands in the light of the everlasting mercy of Our Lady. May the miracle offer him shelter in his well-earned glory, following in his footsteps as an apprentice of the beautiful craft, and in gratitude for the help you offered my father in completing his last and most momentous piece of work. I offer thee my services in carving your altar pieces. It is as he would have wished. May the miracle be with thee, penitent one.
Okay, have to go inside first.
I am at your service, penitent one. Now your altarpiece can house more pieces. Come to me when you have more marks of martyrdom to extend your altarpiece. Now your altarpiece can house more pieces. Come to me when you have more marks of martyrdom to extend your altarpiece.
Alright. We've got reduced damage taken. Care recovery, duration of blood pact, vial flask. Increase damage inflicted when guilt level is low. I think I'll just go with straight up power of this thing.
May the miracle be with thee, penitent one.
Oh wait, hold up. Increase elemental damage when fervor is at its maximum. Okay. The heart above, first verse. That malnourished child walked under a scorching sun that made the earth boil under his wounded, bare feet. He walked with the aid of a dried, twisted root that served as a cane and poorly helped to lessen the burning pain that came with every step. He walked with his face down, averting his eyes from the blinding glare of that cruel light, only looking up every now and then to squint his eyes and make sure that, far in the horizon, the great city was still there. The one that's name he didn't know. That majestically towered like a mountain in the middle of the barren desert. Oof. Cobijadas? Well, I can head back and get a refill on that, at least. I've got 16k, that should be enough to buy the last upgrade from them. Kobijara Mare. So is that an altarpiece then?
Sisters, forever grateful journey, very far, very far.
Automatically regenerates health. Okay, that's more useful. Go now, my sisters. Let the miracle lead you to the darkest corners of this forsaken land, as only in there will you find the greatest secrets.
I am at your... May the miracle be...
Alright, passive regen acquired. Alright, so gotta murder everything and then do this again. Take that, you weird fire slug. Ow, dang it. Ow, dang it. Trying to test if those hurt me, but I can't get hit by them, so whatever. Mark of Martyrdom. Didn't check to see how many I needed for the next altar beast, though. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Oh. Right. It's miasma base, so no damage from that. Ah, here. Votive offering claimed by Rust. Significantly increases elemental resistance. Whoop, dang it. That's what I meant to put. Forgotten offering, whose rusty figure vaguely resembles a heart. It hung on the walls of the holiest churches, even when no one remembered the reason for its forging. It thus accumulated decades of useless prayers, dedicated to the corpse of a cause. And this is, come at it from the other side. This can now be deleted, and I go up to get to the nearest shrine. So now I head left. Oh. Didn't realize you were a thing. Nothing behind you? Absolutely no reason to kill you then. Okay, mark this as needs an ability. Oh. I'll go back for that after I have the ability. Ah, frick. I don't know what that did. Oof. Oof. Lullaby of the White Shore. Lullaby written by a mother, intended to soothe the cries of the innocent one. Ah, okay, so it's no longer the unfinished lullaby. Sleep, my child, sleep. Don't cry loud, my voice sings to you. Ow. Ow. Okay, so I need to grapple to the left. And I can in fact be injured by the blacks. Invisible walls. Alright, mark this as cannot do right now. Oh no, Doggo's awake. Ow. Alright, this requires an ability I don't have. I'm not even gonna bother with that because clearly I need to dash up something. And this looks impassable without the ability, so looks like I finally got the ability. Scion's Protection. The Penitent One now has the help of the Brothers of the Miracle. Hold on tightly to their ornaments to reach previously inaccessible places. Okay. So that's what the things are. I want to clear everything out first.
Penitent One in bitterness. Here is the vengeance of the Grievous One. My name is Cesario. For asking for milk to flow from this loined breast. For begging for food for this child of mine. Cruel grace has manifested itself. I can still hear her sweet voice in the echo that seeks an outlet in these waxen walls. On this earth, supplication becomes punishment, and punishment itself becomes holy and pure. There is no more forgiveness for me, but perchance there might be for my child. Find the wax seeds and plant them before me. In those holes will sprout sisters who will watch over my offspring, while I go wherever the will of the miracle wishes to take me.
Alright, I bought one of those.
From every seed, a sister of wax shall sprout. Call upon them all to have mercy on my child.
I can see that's going to be annoying. And I can remove this. And I can remove this. And I shall pause after this to deal with Doggo. Yeah, just straight up from here.